Okay, what are we looking at here? By the way, welcome. If you're new to my channel is about creation and what creation really is, as far as evolution is not true, Big Bang, and what creation really is. That's what my channel is about. So there is a God. You're not here by accident. So, all right. So what are we looking at here? Notice these patterns. These are all individual mountains. Okay, most of them are 800 to 1,000 feet tall, somewhere in there. Okay, we're gonna go visit one today, and this one that I'm gonna go visit has had a forest fire a couple years ago, and so it's all burned off, and we can see the layers upon layer upon layer upon layer, hundreds of layers of sandstone, and inside it's going to be granite. Inside each one of them is going to be granite. They're encased in sandstone, and we'll get into this. Okay, so that's where we're going to be looking at today. We're going to be looking at these patterns in here, and we're going to, after we go look at where the burn's at, then we're going to look inside of a pit that I can walk into. And it was pretty dangerous. You're going to love this. So watch the whole video, okay? Because I'm going to be walking into an old pit from back in the 50s, and you'll see where it's encased in sandstone, 20 to 30 feet thick, and that's actually the skin. It's the silicon that's in the skin that's turned to SiO2 sandstone, okay? Sand. So the skin is dense with silicon, which transitions into silicon dioxide, which is SiO2, which is sandstone. Which is sand, which grinds down. That's the sand you walk on, whatever. All right, let's get into this. We'll go check that out, and then we'll head to that pit. And that's where we're going to be, right out of Oregon. All right. Okay, we got a good spot here where it's nice and clear, where it's been burned off. Everything's stripped off, and we can see. Look at the layers in here of sandstone. Layer, like a thicker one, a thinner. Look at the layers in there. See that? Darn sun's starting to get in our eyes here. Trying to block it here. Look at the layers. Okay? The whole thing's that way. We'll go look at another spot. Okay, like I was saying, inside of this mountain will be granite, and we're gonna go look at another spot, and I'll show you. But do you see these layers? See that? One's thicker there, that's a lot thicker, than a layer there, a layer there, a layer, you know, you can see them up there, more blocky and more layers. This is sandstone. Ask yourself this: how did sandstone flow in a liquid form and create layer after layer after layer after layer? So a layer would form, be liquid and harden, 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 that thick, liquid and harden. Okay, how did it flow, and then how did it just sit there and harden before the next layer was on top of it? There's no way those are fracture lines. It's impossible. They're too uniform. They run all the way. You understand? Okay, they run clear to the other end, way down there, half a mile. Understand what I'm saying? And inside of this is going to be granite, these layers. But look at the layers, and look at that really thick layer there, and then smaller layers, thinner layers, and then a big old thick layer here. And then see this? This whole piece here's a layer, right there. And then you got this line here. See that? And then down here is the next layer. Layer after layer after layer after layer of sandstone. How did it flow liquid and then harden, and then another layer and then harden? And it should be all uniform and one piece, one solid piece of sandstone. And then maybe if it had line, it would have fracture lines in it. Those are not fracture lines. And then we get up, oh man, look at that taphany up in there. Look at that. I might try to crawl up in there. But they're layers of skin, okay? Silicon turned to silicon dioxide, SiO2, okay? Big layers, thinner layers, all the way up through this. And we can see it because all the fires burnt everything off. Up in there, you really see the layer after layer after layer, okay? See how thick that layer is there, and then you got a thinner layer there. Okay, we got a good spot here where it's nice and clear, where it's been burned off. Everything's stripped off it and we can see. Look at the layers in here of sandstone. Layer, like a thicker one, a thinner. Look at the layers in there. See that? Darn sun's starting to get in our eyes here. Trying to block it here. Look at the layers. Okay? The whole thing's that way. We'll go look at another spot. Okay, here we are right here more. Look at the layers in here. Got layers in there, layer there, layer there, layer there, big thick layer there. Look how thick that layer is. And this is sandstone. And then, like I said, inside we're going to have granite. How did the layers flow? And this was not underneath the Earth's surface and these lines formed. That's wrong-o. Look at those layers. Look at that. How did it flow? Look at this, look at the sulfur up in there. How did the sandstone, now that, I don't know if that's sulfur or that, what is that? Starts with a C. It's a fungus, but I don't think so. Anyway, but look at them layers. All sandstone. How did they form like that? And see that layer right there with the black? That's gonna be vein blood. It really is. It wasn't. Okay, then how did sandstone, a layer after layer after layer, harden, and then that layer there, and then the next layer sandstone again, harden, harden, harden? Well, I know they're gonna think it's volcanic, but are you kidding me? What did it do, squish out the rocks? Oh, look at the layers up in there. Darn that sun. Look at those layers in there. And then right in front of us, all these layers of sandstone. I wish the sun wasn't. Should have done this more. Look at that. How come that layer is super, super, super thick? Then you got a thinner layer, then even a thinner layer, another thin layer, another thin layer, big thick layer. Oh, crud. Okay, now you get the idea. This whole mountain's been burned, and the whole thing's this way. Okay, layer after layer after layer after layer of sandstone. Wow, look at the layers in here. And then we're going to look inside of one of these mountains and see what's on the inside of it, okay? Because these layers are about 20 or 30 feet thick. And what it is, it's the skin, okay? That's why they're in layers. And there's no way that the granite pushed up through the sandstone, because then the sandstone would be all fractured if it was geological. And also the sandstone would not have formed around it, because it would have filled in the whole thing. And then, well, glaciers scrubbed it off. Not in the patterns it's in. But look at that in there. Look at the layers up in there. Look at that. How do you explain that? Look how thick that one is. Then a thinner one, well, those are pretty thick. And then another really thick one. And then another thick one. And then a thinner one, a thicker one. I mean, layer after layer after layer after layer after hundreds of layers. Hundreds of layers. And I don't know how many are below me that I can't see. How? How? How did just a layer at a time and harden? It would have had to have been a layer at a time and harden geologically, because if it had been all at once, you wouldn't have all these straight lines in it. It'd all be one piece. Does that make sense? There's no way this was liquid at one time and flowed out a layer at a time. It's impossible. The whole state's this way pretty much on the coast. And it's not from belting either, we know that, or they'd be fractured like a train wreck. It wouldn't have these perfectly straight lines on the whole mountain. The whole thing, clear back over there. The whole mountain is layer after layer after layer, casing on the outside of the granite. So we're going to look at the biology on the inside. Yeah, this is all sandstone. This is a big burn. Some guy was mad at his girlfriend and set the town on fire and burnt half the forest down. That'll teach her, huh? You showed her. Okay. I have to hoof it into this place. It's steep too. Road's down there, but we're gonna get into this spot and we're gonna look inside the sandstone layers at this granite, and you'll see the thickness and the transition. And I'll get there. Kind of winded. Ooh. I didn't realize this, but there's actually a road up in here from this old pit back in the 50s. And I can get up in here and I don't have to use a drone, and we get really close and take a better look if I ever get there. So we have it. This is an old rock quarry. There's lots of spots where they did this. Building these logging roads way back in the day, 60 years ago. If we ever get to it, huh? Wow, that was steep. I'm getting too old for this. Nah, not really. And now we got more climbing. I'd like to get up on top of that. Whew. This is stuff up in here I flew before with the drone. And hopefully I won't get a rock on me. Okay, this here, this is some of the stuff I think from the pit. This might be some granite here. That there's all sandstone. Yeah, this is granite. That's granite. That's sandstone. Yeah, this is granite. This is that red or orangish. There's different colors of granite, which they think is, what is it? A feldspar, an alkali aluminum group or something like that. I can't remember. But nope. Woo! She's steep, folks, and a little bit dangerous. By golly, what do you think? But that's the way we like her. Yes, absolutely granite. Positive. That's granite. That's granite. That's sandstone. Like I was showing you in the layers we just looked at from the other place, and then it changes. Okay? They would think this all happened deep in the earth's crust. That's why you get this, here's more granite, but a different color. Notice it's a different color of granite than the stuff I just showed you back over there. See if I can find another piece of it. We're getting different stages. You want to know why? Because of the transition from the sandstone into the biology. The sandstone was the skin, the silicon. Okay, now it's SiO2, silicon dioxide, in a packed form because it's layers of skin. Just like you have layers of skin, different thicknesses, and you're gonna have hundreds of them, okay? That's all sandstone. See those layers? And we get away from the layers down in here, it starts changing. This is really dangerous right here. Oh my word. Oh my word. This ain't too bright. Look at all the layers in there like I showed you on the other mountain. The other mountain was 15 miles from here I just took you to, by the way. This one's 15 miles away. Okay? That's all sandstone. And then we get transitioning down into granite. They think this granite was deep in the Earth's surface. And the crystallization and the pressure made it do this. Whoa! What are we running into here? Uh-oh. What do we have here? What do we have here? And what do we have here? Interesting, huh? I'd like to get them out of there and take them home and crack them open. Anyway, this is sandstone. These are not. These almost look like they are a type of granite, real super fine grain. No, not like the stuff I just showed you right there. This is transitionary. You have the real coarse into the real fine. This is transitionary. Okay, and this all slid down off that mountain, and I'm standing right here. Isn't that great? Let's go look at this. Okay, this is gonna be a long video, but bear with it and watch the whole thing. You might see something interesting, or maybe not. This is a washout. Look at this stuff that slid out of this. Look how thick that layer is in there. All right, sandstone. Alrighty. Ah! Woo! Looks like the fellas down there, brush crew, taking a break. Wow, wow, wow. That would stink, wouldn't it? We're gonna try to go down through there and look back over on some of this and not get killed, I hope. If I do, somebody find the GoPro. Here we go. See this transition? See those layers in there? And look how that's starting to transition. See that? And then it transitions down into this. Notice there's no more lines across right in there. There's none down below me here either. Okay? This is the stuff they think was deep below the surface for 22 to 24 million years. And we can recreate it in a lab in a day and prove it. What? Think about that. What? You can recreate it in a lab in one day. But this took 22 million years. Think about that for a minute. Okay, look how it just comes down into this now. Look at that. Totally different. I don't know if this is a smart thing to do or not. Probably not. I'll probably start an avalanche. I'll fall down this cliff. Oh, wow! This is where logging comes in handy. When you've been logging as much as I have, you can get around like a goat. Plus I raise goats. Look at that. Look how black that is too. And then look at this. Woo-ski. What happened to all the lines? I gotta get off this. This is freaking me out right here. Okay, I'm gonna have to shut this off. I'm gonna need, well, maybe not. I think I need both hands. This is not a bright idea, being in this chute. Oh, I'm gonna get in here and get out. Wow. You ever get into a spot and then realize, man, you really shouldn't have done this? It's not too bright an idea. But I really wanted to bring this to you and get up close. Okay? I mean, we have a geological malfunction. Maybe I ought to use that for a video name, huh? Looks like we got a little iron going on. A little, yeah. But look how this is totally different than the stuff way up there. Now I'm gonna get down around the corner and show you this. I'm gonna need both hands here because this washout and these boulders, and I'm gonna fall and break a hip. The layers in that. So, how these patterns get created? And it wasn't from glaciers, millions and millions of years of glaciers scrubbing it off. Okay, I gotta get around this corner. Yeah, man, some of this stuff is gnarly. More of that coarse grain granite, see that? Which is biological, it's not a geological process. It didn't take 22, 24 million years and then, hey, by golly, we can do it in a laboratory in a day. Look at this. We can make basalt columns fracture in a day. We can prove this is all done by doing it in a lab. But it took 22 million years for the ecosystem on Earth to do it, really. You're dealing with an ecosystem where you're dealing with a lab that's everything's, you know, confined and everything's done right. And you're manipulating it. You're talking about an ecosystem. Totally different, man. It's not how it works. Look at that in there. Huh? Look at this. Look at the color of that granite. There's more of that pinkish red granite. Okay, I'm gonna try to get down, snake my way down over there, and we'll look back at some of this stuff, okay? Whoa, Nelly, look at this in here. Oh, ski. Gotta kind of watch where I'm going here. Must have hip. Yeah. What I really want to do is go over here and look up into there. Whoa! Sorry, that slick, that moss. Oh, it's gonna be a long video probably, so just bear with it. Most people only watch 5 minutes anyway, so whatever. Look at that. Remember, the sandstone would have been out here. This is all dug out from an old pit, encasing it. That mountain over there, encased in layers of sandstone the exact same way. Underneath it, you're going to find biology. And it'll be granite. Of course, people have to get up in here and spray paint. Just have to spray paint. Just can't help myself. Oh, gee, many curses. Okay, I'm gonna get over into here, and this is amazing in here. Wow, look how this just goes up and twists. It goes up like that, twists like that. Of course, you do know this was deep under the Earth's surface for millions of years and made it crystallize, and yeah. Oh yeah, crud. Oh yeah, I believe that, yeah. See, geology and academia have to go with the government's program and their narrative, or they don't get funding. That's why they cannot step outside the box. Does that make sense? They have to go with the government's narrative. Look how that goes up and twists in there. And the sandstone's way up there where that tree is. And it's about 20-30 feet thick. That's the skin. This is the rough skin on a mud fossilized carcass. Okay? That's what's going on. Alright, see, I think you get the idea. I'm gonna bug on out of here and go put this video together. Y'all have a great day, and I'll be bringing some more videos. I got some more ideas here pretty soon, but alright, God bless, and you do have a creator. You're not just here by accident and a big bang and a bunch of gases got together and shazam! Here we are with our RNA and our DNA, and all just evolved from nothing. Now there's the miracle. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.